In the courts of Ouroboros Haven, they say a soul enters the Snake King's sanctuary only once, but because no bride has ever walked out alive. I spent my entire journey from the southern provinces trembling beneath my silk cloak, bracing for cold steel, suffocating coils, and a gruesome end. But when the heavy obsidian doors hissed shut behind me, the feared tyrant didn't draw a blade. He dropped his massive, broad-shouldered frame to his knees, coiled his thick, sun-warmed emerald tail around my freezing ankles, and looked up at me with golden, slit-pupiled eyes brimming with awe. "I have counted 1,460 days for this moment, my sweet pearl," he rasped, his deep voice vibrating right through the stone floor and straight into my chest. "Please, tell me you are not hurting. My name is Jarek. I am 22 years old, built delicate and effeminate, with skin pale from a lifetime spent tucked away in my family's floral conservatories, and eyes the exact shade of summer leaves. My father, Duke Tis, had spent months ignoring my frantic pleas. I had begged him on my knees to break the treaty. I had wept until my throat was raw, inventing wild, desperate lies, claiming I had already pledged my heart to a common boy in the valley, anything to escape being surrendered to King Ophion. I remembered the king all too well. 4 years ago, on the night of my 18th birthday ball, Ophion had descended upon our estate to sign a border treaty. He was 26, then an imposing, muscular force of nature with a torso sculpted like marble and a lower half forged of shimmering, heavy scales. Across that crowded ballroom, his golden gaze had locked onto mine with an intensity so fierce it had paralyzed me where I stood. I had spent 4 years believing that look was the hungry gaze of a predator marking its prey. I didn't know then that it was the look of a man undone. "You're shaking," Ophion murmured, his voice cutting softly through the quiet of his inner chambers. I flinched as he reached up, but his large, calloused hand only hovered near my cheek, waiting for permission. When I didn't pull away, his fingers gently brushed against my skin, warm as sun-baked brick. "I am waiting for the executioner," I admitted, my voice barely a whisper. "Everyone in the realm knows what happens in these chambers, Your Majesty. No one leaves." Ophion looked as though I had struck him across the face. A shadow of profound sorrow crossed his sharp, handsome features. Gently, without a single harsh movement, he stood towering over me at his full, breathtaking height and scooped me up into his arms as if I were made of fine glass. "First," he said softly, carrying me toward a glowing archway, "you will call me Ophion. Second, you will never refer to our home as an execution chamber again. And third, you are going to eat, you are going to rest, and I am going to prove to you that every single rumor outside those doors is a lie born of bloody, necessity-driven secrets." His private sanctum was not a damp dungeon or a cold stone vault. It was a cavernous, subterranean oasis heated by natural thermal vents. Steam drifted across a crystal-clear indoor pool, illuminating lush, cascading vines and beds of rare green orchids, the exact species native to my childhood home. In the center lay a colossal nest constructed of woven spiced cedar, piled deep with plush velvet cushions, furs, and silk blankets. He set me down in the middle of the nest with a tenderness that made my heart ache. Sitting on the edge of the stone platform, he unraveled my stiff, heavy travel boots, taking my cold feet into his massive hands and rubbing them gently to restore my circulation. "Why are there orchids here?" I asked quietly, looking around the fragrant room. Ophion flushed, a dark, handsome crimson creeping up his neck. "When I visited your father's estate 4 years ago, when you were 18, I saw you tending to them in the glass house before the evening banquet. You were smiling at a yellow butterfly, laughing to yourself. You looked so vibrant, so soft, so entirely unlike the cold, calculating lords I deal with every day. I asked your father what flowers you loved most. I've spent the last 4 years cultivating them here, hoping that when you finally arrived, you wouldn't feel so far from home." I stared at him, my mind spinning. And the rumors? The brides who never came back out? Ophion sighed, his tail swaying in a slow, remorseful pattern against the floor. "My throne has been targeted by northern usurpers for a decade. Over the years, 7 different noble houses sent suitors to my court, every single one of them an assassin carrying hidden venoms or spell blades meant to end my line while I slept. I killed them all within these walls. My head captain spread the rumor that my bedchambers were a death trap to discourage future attempts. I let the lie grow because it kept me safe, never realizing it would terrify the only person I ever truly wanted. He leaned in, taking my small hand between both of his, resting his forehead against my knuckles. I swear on my father's memory, Jarek, you will never know fear within these walls again. If you wish for us to live as strangers, I will honor it. If you wish to sleep alone, I will sleep on the outer hearth. I am your husband by law, but I will only ever be your partner if you choose me. That night, for the first time in my life, I fell asleep without a single shadow looming over my dreams. The weeks that followed unraveled every foolish prejudice I had ever held. The feared, ruthless king of Ouroboros Haven was, in reality, utterly helpless when it came to me. Our first real breakthrough happened 3 weeks into our marriage. I was sitting on the edge of the thermal pool, dipping my toes in the warm water, when Ophion slithered into the room carrying a heavy wooden tray. He looked exhausted, his hair rumpled, his broad chest lightly smudged with dark ash. "What is that?" I asked, tilting my head. He set the tray down nervously. On it rested a plate of terribly misshapen, slightly burnt golden pastries. "I tried to make honeyed fig tarts," he grumbled softly, looking everywhere but at me. "I remembered reading in your family's trade logs that you favored them." I thought, well, the palace chefs made them too crisp last week, so I went to the kitchens myself. I looked at the charred tarts, then at the mighty warrior king who had fought off army garrisons, now standing before me looking like a scolded child. A laughter bubbled up from deep within my chest light, pure and completely unstoppable. Ophion blinked, stunned, before a soft, fond smile broke across his own lips. "Is my baking really that offensive, little pearl?" "They look like roasted river stones, Ophion," I giggled, wiping a tear from my eye. "They are made with love, I'll have you know," he huffed playfully, slithering closer and sinking into the water beside me. Impulsively, I reached out. I placed my hands on either side of his face, drawing him close. "You went to the kitchens yourself? Just for a pastry?" "I would burn down the kitchen entirely if it brought a smile to your face," he rasped, his eyes darkening with a warm liquid heat. "I love you, Jarek. I have loved you since the moment I saw you under the glass roof of your father's garden." My breath caught. I reached higher, my fingers sliding through his dark hair, brushing against the delicate, sensitive base of his hood where his skin met soft emerald scales. Ophion gasped. His eyes fluttered shut, his massive body relaxing entirely as a low, deep rumble started in his chest. A rich, rhythmic purr that vibrated through the water and sent shivers straight down my spine. "Did you just purr?" I whispered, my heart hammering against my ribs. "Do not! Stop touching me there!" He groaned softly, leaning his massive head onto my shoulder, wrapping his thick, warm tail gently around my waist, pulling me off the ledge and into his arms in the warm water. "It makes me helpless, Jarek. Entirely yours." "Good," I murmured, leaning in until my lips brushed his. "Because I don't think I want to be anywhere else." Our first kiss was sweet, tasting of honey and warm rain, but it quickly ignited into a fierce, consuming flame. That night, under the soft glow of the thermal crystals, we completed the ancient serpentine mating ritual. It was a sacred, intensely physical union. Ophion was patient, worshipping every inch of my body with hands, lips, and the slick, intoxicating heat of his coils. He lifted me into the center of our nest, his heavy, muscular body pressing me into the velvet. His tail coiled around my hips, lifting me, anchoring me as our magic intertwined. "Look at me, my soul," he whispered, his golden eyes burning with absolute reverence as he aligned our bodies. I locked my gaze onto his, holding tight to his broad shoulders as he pushed deep inside me. The sensation was overwhelming, a searing, beautiful heat that fused our spirits together. Golden light, visible and radiant, spun through the air around us, a tangible manifestation of our binding. Every stroke was measured, powerful, and dripping with devotion, filling me until I was crying out his name, racked with pleasure, completely consumed by the king who had stolen my heart. 2 months later, the faint, golden magic of that night bloomed within my abdomen. When the royal physicians confirmed that I was carrying the royal heir, Ophion nearly fainted. The moment we were alone, the formidable king broke down into breathless, disbelieving tears, kissing my stomach over and over again until I was laughing through my own happy tears. The pregnancy period was an era of absolute pampering. Ophion's protective instincts escalated to legendary heights. He rebuilt our nesting area 3 times, personally carrying thick rolls of soft northern fleece to line the cedar frame. He tracked my wildest midnight cravings himself, once riding out into a torrential thunderstorm at 3 in the morning because I casually mentioned I missed the sour mountain berries from my home province. One night, during my 2nd trimester, I woke up feeling heavy, swollen, and deeply insecure. I sat on the edge of the nest, staring at my rounded stomach in the dim light. Ophion shifted beside me instantly, his dark eyes wide with concern. "Jarek, what is it? Is the baby kicking too hard? Are you in pain?" "I look like a stuffed melon," I sniffled, hiding my face in my hands. "I used to be delicate, Ophion. Now I'm heavy, my back aches, my feet are swollen, and I feel unlovely." Ophion didn't say a word. He simply shifted, gathering my legs into his lap. He gently placed my swollen feet against the smooth, sun-heated scales of his lower body, using his own body heat to soothe the deep ache in my joints. Then, he leaned forward, gently pulling my hands away from my face. "Listen to me, Jarek," he said, his voice raw with emotion. "You are carrying our child. You are holding the future of my heart inside you. Every inch of you that has changed is a testament to the magic we created together. You have never been more breathtaking to me than you are right now." He lowered his head, pressing his warm lips against my bare, rounded belly. "Hello, little one," he murmured against my skin, his deep voice causing a gentle flutter inside me. "Be gentle with your mother tonight. He is my entire world." When my labor finally arrived, it was a brutal, grueling ordeal that lasted nearly 20 hours. Ophion stayed in the thermal pool with me the entire time, sitting behind me, holding my upper body against his broad chest, his massive arms supporting my weight as I pushed through agonizing waves of pain. He didn't care that I screamed into his shoulder or that my nails dug deep, bloody furrows into his arms. He rocked me, whispered words of love into my hair, and wept with me until our son was born. The baby entered the world with a soft wail, a perfect, healthy little boy with my leaf-green eyes and a light dusting of soft, iridescent golden scales across his tiny shoulders. Managing a newborn and a kingdom at the same time was a hilarious, beautiful mess. We refused to hand our son over to wet nurses. We wanted to raise him ourselves. That meant King Ophion frequently held high council meetings with our son tucked into a silk sling across his chest. I remember watching from the gallery as a stern foreign ambassador tried to deliver a formal declaration of trade war, only for our baby to sneeze loudly, releasing a tiny, accidental burst of golden spark magic that set the ambassador's expensive feather quill on fire. Ophion didn't even break character. He simply patted the baby's back, extinguished the quill with 2 fingers, and said coldly, "As I was saying, your terms are unacceptable." We were happy. We were complete. Until Lord Vassarin arrived. It happened during a public court session in the Grand Hall. Lord Vassarin was an ancient, silver-scaled serpentine noble, a former general who had served under Ophion's father, and had spent years trying to arrange a political marriage with Ophion before I arrived. He marched into the throne room surrounded by a retinue of armed guards, his face twisted in open disdain as his eyes fell upon me sitting beside the throne, cradling our 3-month-old son. "Your Majesty!" Vassarin's voice thundered off the high marble arches, silencing the assembled lords. "I return from the northern borders to find this kingdom reduced to a mockery. You have bound yourself to a soft, effeminate human boy who lacks the blood, the scale, and the strength to rule Ouroboros Haven." Ophion's golden eyes narrowed to lethal slits. The air in the hall turned instantly frigid. His thick tail rattled against the stone dais with a sound like grinding steel. "Choose your next words with extreme care, Vassarin," Ophion growled, his voice deep enough to shake the dust from the ceiling. "You are addressing your queen." "He is no queen," Vassarin sneered, taking a step closer. "He is an obstacle. We go back years, Ophion. My lineage fought alongside your father. An age-old treaty made with a weak duke's boy cannot override the strength of true serpentine nobility. Step down from that throne, boy, and let a real mate claim the king's side." Ophion began to rise, his massive frame radiating pure, murderous intent, ready to tear Vassarin apart where he stood. "Ophion, wait," I said softly. I stood up from the velvet throne. The hall fell dead silent. I handed our sleeping son gently to the head nurse behind me, adjusted my sweeping emerald robes, and walked down the marble steps of the dais entirely alone. I didn't carry a sword. I didn't have armor. But as I walked straight up to Lord Vasseron, standing inches from his towering silver-scaled frame, I felt no fear at all. "You speak of strength, Lord Vasseron," I said, my voice quiet, clear, and carrying effortlessly to every corner of the vast hall. "Yet you were absent when this kingdom bled. You speak of tradition, yet you stand in this sacred hall, questioning the judgment of your sovereign." Vasseron sneered down at me. "You are a fragile pet, human. You know nothing of what it means to hold this realm." "I know what it means to hold the heart of its king," I replied, my gaze unyielding. "I am the one who survived his shadows. I am the one who bound his soul to mine under the blood moon. I carried his air. I bled on the stones of his inner sanctum to bring the crown prince into this world, and I built a home where you only see a fortress." I turned my back on Vasseron, looking up at Ophion, who was watching me with an expression of profound, awestruck devotion. I walked back up the steps, reached out, and pulled the giant monarch down by his collar, pressing my lips firmly to his in front of the entire assembly. Ophion groaned softly, his tail instantly wrapping around my waist, pulling me flush against his warm chest as he returned the kiss with desperate, fiery passion, completely ignoring the court around us. When I finally pulled back, I looked down at Lord Vasseron, whose face had turned a furious, humiliated shade of pale. "King Ophion is my husband," I declared, my voice ringing with absolute authority. "He is my heart, my mate, and the father of my child. I claimed him the moment I chose to love him, and no bitter ghost from his past will ever take what is mine." Guards escort Lord Vasseron from the city. He is banished from Ouroboros haven. The hall erupted into thunderous cheers. The noble lords bowed low as Vasseron was dragged out by his own guards, utterly disgraced. Ophion picked me up into his arms right there on the dais, holding me tight as if he would never let go, his chest rumbling with that deep, beautiful purr that belonged only to me. "My fierce, beautiful pearl," he whispered, pressing his forehead against mine, tears of pride shining in his golden eyes. I smiled, holding his face in my hands as our baby was brought back to us. The terrified boy who had once walked into these halls expecting death had found his life, his power, and his forever home in the arms of the Snake King.
If you loved this video, show me some support by subscribing and clicking the notification bell.